Good morning, everyone. Hi, it's Jodi Eamon here. So glad to be on here live and spend this time with you. This is a really special time in my week, Monday mornings. They have this bad rap of being overwhelming or hard because we have to go back to work. And when you love what you do, it's not that way. Monday mornings are wonderful because you get to do what you love so much. So welcome everyone. I'm going to give you a couple minutes to get on. So Monday morning, I usually start my morning with my spiritual practice, and I really ground myself and really think about my intentions for the day. I do this every day and think about the intentions for the day. But on Monday, you get to think about the intentions for the whole week. And I do set weekly intentions and daily intentions so that, things are smoother when I do that. When I know where to focus my energy and where my priorities are, so much energy just flows right into those and things get accomplished. Now, I'm the kind of person who has many more things on my list than I do accomplish, but that's okay. I'm in the flow. Like, I don't have expectations that I'm going to. I just have lots of ideas and lots of things that I love to do. So come say hello. Tell me that you're here. Tell me what you're thinking about, what you want to talk about. I do have a topic for today about letting go, because I think it's like almost every question somebody asks me, that's underneath there. Almost everything that causes us problems is something that we are holding or thinking about. And yes, we have to think about stuff sometimes to heal or to process it or to integrate it somehow. And sometimes we kind of overdo that. Hi, Stanley. Sometimes we overdo that a little bit, don't we? And hold on to stuff that is not serving us. And this, I'm going to tell you a little bit about why while you're getting your typing in, because this is live coaching. You can ask me anything here. And we're going to talk about why it's so hard to let go. Why, when you want to let something go, because all of us have intentions of something we just don't want to have to deal with anymore. And we just really want to let go of. We don't want it to be a problem. We don't want it to be going through our head constantly. We don't want to be struggling with it anymore. Who's with me? Who's had that experience that they're just like, done with this? And a lot of times when we want something gone, there's an attachment in that wanting. And so in that wanting it gone, there's a focus on like, I got to get rid of this. I got to get rid of this. I got to get rid of this. Do you hear it? Do you already start to hear it? That there's an attachment sometimes when you want to be other than where you are right now, or you want to feel different than what you feel right now. We often have an attachment to wanting that difference and wanting to get rid of it. And unfortunately, that often stands in our way. That focus stands in our way of actually getting rid of it because you are focused on the thing instead of really being focused on what you want instead. So we have a lot of focus on the thing we don't want, and we put a lot of attention there actually. And that attention attaches us, and it brings it in more fully, or it has it be there more powerfully in your life, or it has it stay because it's on your mind. If it's on your mind, you're experiencing it. And so sometimes I'm not saying like just distract yourself, just never think about stuff, because sometimes we have to process stuff. Sometimes we have to face our fears, and sometimes we overface our fears, or we overface our difficulties, or we overthink the things we're suffering on. And I bet you're all wondering, like, well, then how do you let go? And well, you could get my MP3 actually. So I have this URL right here. It's hard to point to something on the screen. I have this URL, jodiiman.com/earth. You could join hundreds of peoples in there. This is my new online school and community. You could join. There's hundreds of people in there now. There's some free courses in there, and then there's some other courses that you could up level. But my Letting Go MP3 is now inside this school, and that's been I recorded that over this winter, so it's really current. And the self-care for empaths class, that's very current too. So you really need this information. If this is something that you're relating to this, and I hear that you are, if you're relating to this, yes, put hearts and thumbs up. Tell me what you're feeling. You know that, oftentimes we sensitive people grab that stuff and pull it into our heart. And when you grab stuff and pull it into your heart, it is so much harder to let go of. So we want to not take it in the first place. So that's number one. So the easiest way to let go is not even take it in the first place. But there's a thing when we're young, like if we've done this a really long time and we've had to protect ourselves because some bad things happen when we were younger. And if you've had that experience in your life that you had to protect yourself because bad things happened when you were younger, you often think that I have to find the problem and take it in so I could fix myself or I could protect myself, right? I have to see the negativity and I have to take it so I could analyze it, so I could fix it, so I could fix myself. But these are unfixable problems because they weren't a problem really. You're like finding something to solve and then you're like, I got to solve this. And so then it takes us a long time to let that go because we think it's good for us in some way. Sometimes we think that if somebody hurt us and if we let go of it, it means it was okay that they hurt us. So oftentimes we hold on to stuff because we think that if we let go, it means it doesn't matter that someone treated us that way. And letting go is actually the opposite. It means we're worthy of living without having to worry about that anymore, without that being part of our identity anymore. So I just see this so often. I mean, I think there's so much mystery around letting go of our pain and problems. And that's why. One, because it's so hooked up with our worth and if we deserve it or not. We're often fighting ourselves whether we deserve to let it go or we should take it on as our responsibility because we were part of it or we helped let it happen or whatever it was. And then sometimes we're trying to figure it out. And so we hold on to it while we're trying to figure out what it means. Even sometimes when we already know what it means, we go on and on trying to figure out what it means. And our mind really gets hooked on this stuff. This is a total distraction. I mean, it's a distraction from that higher wisdom voice within ourselves. It's a distraction from developing trust with ourselves or making a connection with spirit or with God or whatever you want to call a higher power, with nature, with each other in relationships. These all are distractions. This self-blame or being focused on our suffering. Like we focus on our suffering to try to get rid of our suffering, but we end up bringing it more fully into our life. Does that make sense? All right. Who has questions about this or about anything that you're going through? Because I'm here. It's Monday morning. We're here together and it's time to transform some ways of thinking so that that's what I'm here for. Quite often it's how we understand things that causes the most suffering in our lives. Yes, bad things happen to us. And then we have consequences of those bad things. I'm not saying that that's not a thing and that you've created any of that. That things happen to you like out of your control because other people do stuff or things just happen or accidents happen. And so bad things happen to us, but then we start to use our mind to exponentially grow the suffering that comes out of that. And so what could we do differently? You could read my books, you could take my courses, because all of the things that I explain, or you could work with me, all of the things I explain help you up level out of that way of being. Right now, registration is still open. I had some things happen in my life, so I had to delay the start date of my intuition program. So you could still join. We have a whole other week, so people could still join my Develop Your Intuition program as I build that course. So that is a 12-week course, and it's live with me. There's some online parts and homework parts, and then there's some live classes with me. So I'm really excited to do a live class group again. It's been a while. All right, so how do you say your name? Takooks? Is that right? I don't want to mispronounce you. How can I let me put this up here so you can all read it. How could I let go of trauma of the past relationship? I carry so much negative experiences I went through, and sometimes when I think I healed, the shadow of this keeps coming back over and over again. Did you listen to my MP3, How to Let Go? Because that's really going to help you. What happens is that this negative energy is familiar to us. So it is regular human for it to keep coming back. And so you have to practice letting it go again. So it's not like you just set an intention and let go. You have to do the practice piece to let go of something. And so you want to keep, so listen to that MP3, and everybody, it's a free MP3. So come to jodieeman.com/earth, come into my school, get some of my free courses, look around for some of my, some of these courses are low price as well, but they will change your life. Like Crystal. Okay. So your name is Crystal. Thank you. So Crystal, my Stop Negative Thinking class could be incredible for you too, because I really go and explain it. But you carry that negative, sometimes we heal these negative experiences, but because this energy is familiar, when it comes back, we think that we haven't healed it yet. And we end up giving it even more attention. So we could process it and heal something, and then when something triggers, something reminds us, it seems like it's still there, but it's actually the energy came back and it's familiar and like, oh no, it's here again, I don't want it. As soon as we say, oh no, it's here again, I don't want it, we're attaching to it. And so it's how you think about when it comes back and how you practice not putting more meaning on that. And like, something's wrong, I can't let it go, I didn't do this right, all those kind of things actually make it worse. So you could heal from stuff, and then it could come back, and then you put all this meaning on it, and you're kind of creating a new animal, but it seems like the old animal. And so you judge yourself so much because you're still hooked on this old animal. Does that make sense? So I hope that's really helpful. Anybody else have any questions for me? Been fun on a Monday. So yeah, anybody interested in my Developing Your Intuition program, that would be, if you have any questions about that, you could ask me. So while people are typing, if you have any other questions, I'm just going to stand here and tell you a little bit about that program. So it is, so you go to jodieeman.com/intuition. So instead of earth, intuition, I should put that there. So if you wanted to join me, it's a transmissional program, which means that there's an energy transmitted in the videos, and probably when we're together as well, that helps you, your system adjust to a new way of thinking and feeling and that connectivity. So in the course, there'll be some healing done because we've all had histories and we all have things that we've carried that we need to kind of get rid of so that we have that clarity. I'm sorry, I hit the mic, so that might have sounded terrible. So we have that clarity and openness to that voice that comes through. We want to kind of get rid of the clutter. And sometimes a new understanding or a new belief or a new practice gets rid of the clutter. And sometimes you just need it on an energetic level. So that is a really exciting part of the program. But also having access to me personally is, I think, an amazing part of the program, because when we work together, things come up that I wouldn't have thought of when I created the online program. Like things come up that you have personal attention from me. So it looks like no one else is commenting here. But if you're curious and you have any questions, you could, I know on YouTube you can't private message me, but you could put a comment. You could come on over to my website and there's a way to contact me there if you have any questions about the program. But you could just look up jodieammon.com/intuition if you want to come on and let that and see what that is all about. See what that's all about. We're going to connect with the moon. We're going to connect with nature. We're going to teach you all kinds of skills to really feel more connected so that you could help your families, your clients, whatever your life mission is. It's for sensitive souls to heal themselves so they could heal the world, because you know that world needs our help, and that's what we're here for. All right, thanks so much for being here. I will see you next Monday. If you have any requests for topics, let me know. But I thought maybe next week we talk about how to be your own best friend. Isn't that fun? All right, I'll see you next week. And until then, you know what to do. Be present and let that you want to be shine through.